Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Victoria 2. I'm playing as Prussia and we're currently at war with Denmark, so I'm going to send some forces over there, but I also have a war justification on Tunis going right now, so we'll see about that. Let's actually take a look at how we are doing with our influence. So we can actually influence Saxony here. It's probably a good idea. I was busy with making sure that Luxembourg is going to be under our control. And let's actually discredit France, because that is likely to make sure that they don't do anything. But I do want to keep an eye on it, because we technically have less points than they do. We'll see though. I was busy with sending some troops there, but yeah, we'll have to go and take a look. So out of all the forces that I have, I'm going to try and scrape something together. Probably won't be too much, but we'll see. So let's make sure that those guys will get to Stettin. At that point, I'm missing one infantry, which I clearly don't have, but I think we'll be fine trying to deal with these guys. So, can we actually build another man of war? Nope. Okay. One thing that I forgot to mention is that for this challenge, I also am not going to release nations. Especially as Germany, there's something you can do. You can release the minor nations that you have, like Hessen. And if you release them, you'll drop your infamy, but these countries will try to join you again later on. And if you keep doing that, you can actually keep doing that over and over and over and over again. So it's like you have free infamy. And yeah, that's just... no good. So I'm not gonna do that either. Although the one thing that it doesn't give you technically is casus belli and jingoism. So yeah, it's still something I don't want to do though, because it does feel like cheating. So for this challenge, I'm not releasing nations, and I'm also not doing the jingoism event, basically. So no cheats in that regard. Let's send this guy over here and send the other ones to Berlin. So we have a rallying point on Magdeburg. Okay, that's all fine. So already creating a couple new units, working on that. So they are actually going for Luxembourg still. So let's make sure that we also get to invest quite a few points there. Of course, with Saxony, we already got them out of the sphere of Austria, so that's good. We only need to get them... Interesting that I have this, but not muscle loaded rivals. Yeah, let's go for positivism now. We don't really need any of the war tax at the moment. Yeah, we only need to get it into our sphere, and we're relatively close to doing that. So I'd rather make sure that Luxembourg stays within my sphere, especially given the interest of France in that particular region. Okay, we're at 30k over here. Yes. Swedes, would you help me with Denmark? They will not accept. How about the British? They're already involved in the war. Okay, fine. So let's go, and I think, yeah, these are my allies, but those of Holstein aren't. So I'm gonna probably be best off just moving forward. I don't really particularly care if they annex Hanover. So let's just move further up. That's not important. Right, so with Luxembourg, we're doing okay. We're higher than the French, so as long as I just keep tabs on it, I should be fine. Just something to definitely keep in mind here. They're going very slowly, so we'll probably be fine. No worries. Great. Okay, Saxony's in our sphere. Add it, and let's actually get a couple of points into both Saxony and Luxembourg. So if I can get both of these to 100 at the very least, that will probably discourage these other countries, or at the very least I will be able to make sure that things are gonna go fine. Alright, that's actually great. I think I either got no or a very small infamy loss there. But yeah, I do need to get a force ready to attack, which I currently don't have. These are artillery. And those, of course, wouldn't do. Now, I think... This is Hamburg, okay. What is probably a right thing to do here? -4 is the only guy? A sad sack. Are you kidding me? The second fleet has no leader. I have one general, and they are that bad. -4 attack. Wouldn't I even be better off having none then? Yeah, great. Okay. How can you have such a bad one? Oh, wow. Gee. Never mind that. I'm gonna pick up these guys from Flensburg and just land in there. So I can take these troops and take them to Tunis. Constantine is supposed to be in French... Okay, let's actually justify war against Morocco, because I actually want Taza, and I know that the Spanish are very likely to go after that. So, because Taza is the one place here where they have precious minerals, or precious metal here. So it's actually profitable to take the Taza region. So that's why I want to put a claim on it. And of course, meanwhile, I'll quickly try to get into Tunis as well. There's no rush here, and with the British potentially helping, I'm sure we'll be fine. This is... How are we doing? War score 22. Like, we definitely don't need to humiliate anybody. And Danish Ghana. For the British. Danish Ghana is over. This is Dutch Ghana, British Ghana, and Danish Ghana. For me to take Ghana as an entirety, it's actually better for me if it's under one country, because say that I give it to the British now, then later on, if I take British Ghana from the British, I also get Accra. Whereas if I don't do this now, then I will have to basically get 2 war claims. So I'm better off just allowing this. And there we go. Also, the faster we make peace with Denmark, the better. Because I need to influence Holstein, and that's gonna take a while. So let's take a look here. We're at 48 in Luxembourg and in Saxony. Okay. So let's make sure Luxembourg is done, and we're working on Saxony. The problem is that Austrians are also there, but we'll see how it works out. If I can get to 50 at the very least, then that means that I can still oust them, because they need to get at 65. That's basically how it's going, but it seems like they're not willing to invest at this stage. That's actually good for me. In that case, I'm definitely willing to get it to 100. If I were to attack, then who would help me? Everybody except Sweden. But I don't need everybody. So let's just declare war on them, and then I'll invite them if I actually have points. 6th of December. Huh. with give me 0.2. That actually takes quite long. Oh, I sent it to everybody. Oh well. That I guess means that I will have to renew my alliance with Sweden, although they just seem to be not exceptionally willing to join in any of my my wars. Yeah, right. I'll have to see how much units I still need to create after all of that is done, because that will take a long while actually. We'll see if they actually do help. It's unlikely, but they do have some troops there for whatever reason. Seems like they wanted to help out with Denmark. That's interesting. So yeah, this is actually going fine. And since we are above Austria now, I'm fine with investing in both Luxembourg and Saxony again, to make sure that at the very least those don't get out of my sphere. I need Baden, Württemberg and Franken as well, but those are, you know, secondary. I don't need them at the moment. And I can kick out their embassy very likely. Okay, well, if they're going to immediately invest the moment that I also invest in Luxembourg, then maybe it's best for me to just do this. Get it to 65, kick out the Austrians, and afterwards I will try to get it back up to 100 together with Luxembourg, because also the French are just a bit of a nuisance there. Nothing too serious, but one thing that I've often found is that once you're creating Casus Belli, is that if you're doing something like create Protectorate, or doing something with, you know, any or primitive nation, it seems like you just get discovered less quickly than if I were to deal with a, for example, great power or secondary power. I don't know why. Maybe the numbers are actually different, but I find that to be a bit weird. I always thought that the chance to get caught was 1.2 regardless, but that's apparently not the case. So, well, that means that I actually do have the chance to also get a piece of Algeria. Besides this, I will probably very quickly decide that I want Taza. I might actually already demand that concession and ask for my allies to join in. Who doesn't? Switzerland. That's fine. They will ask me again later to join anyway. So the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want Spain to go and snag Taza from me, because they're, like I said, already very likely to go and do that. And if I take Taza, they might actually go for the El Rif, but I'm not too concerned. Did they actually join the war? No, they didn't. Now let's grab Tunis, and I think I can leave it to the Portuguese afterwards, and I'll quickly go to Morocco. That's probably for the best. I can actually see the British getting a claim on Morocco themselves as well. I think they're very likely to do that. So that would be a little bit less unfortunate, but the likelihood that there are enemies that take chunks out of Morocco is so big, there's nothing I can do against it any which way. 3 artillery. Well, I will have a lot more artillery. So let's just make infantry out of this for now. We can always build that further up. So far, they haven't done anything yet. Well, great. Coronation of Queen Victoria. That's very useful, because that means that I can now get Hanover into my sphere, which I also need to create the North German Federation. I have half a mind to declare on Egypt afterwards in order to get to the Sinai region, because things are going so well when with creating the casus belli over here that I can just keep going. Actually, I'm going to town. Seems like... Wait a minute. Morocco. Please don't tell me you're at war with Spain. No. Are you at war with Spain? Neither. Okay, that's good. Let's continue here then before we actually get to war with the Ottoman Empire. Not that that would be the absolute worst, but it's probably for the better to just do things like this anyway. Okay, so in Saxony, let's ban the embassy of the Austrians. And in Luxembourg, I want to ban the embassy of the French. And then I also want to start working on this, although the British will quite likely just kick me out. In, where are we here? Hamburg, right? No, that's not the one I need. Hanover, right. Okay, very good. So, getting all of that colonial stuff will probably not get me to 3, but it's still good. Okay, let's start getting a few more forts everywhere. Quite expensive usually. And there goes all my money. Right. But building forts is usually worth it. I also want to do that actually on the Maginot Line. Well, we can't really call it Maginot Line actually. Not now. Portuguese are doing a good job for me. I'm actually quite happy because they will dislike me probably a lot later. 1.3 infamy, that's fine. I can take that amount. Totally fine. Like I said, we need a lot of money just in general, which is why I don't mind these taxes. As long as we have stuff to build, I really want to keep that going, to be honest. So I think we're doing a good job in that regard. I'm pretty sure really working out here. I probably don't need to do anything with Morocco. No, I can just go straight up to Algeria. And over friendly, then soon we'll be able to kick them out. So how are we doing here? Perfect. Tlemcen, they're allied with Tunis, but I don't care about that. Let's declare war, and I want that territory. Everybody will accept. And I'm gonna demand Sinai from Egypt. Yeah. There's so many. I will be glad once we've gotten the North German Federation. I really do. Because this is a bit weird. Let's separate them. This is probably... okay. It's no longer a full stack. And yeah, let's send you over there then. Why not? 40 out of 40, so... Did I declare war? Yes, I did. Perfect. And... was that Van Zieten? Ah. I think it was a good guy. I think he had +3 attack, actually. Ah, that sucks. But it was bound to happen at some point. I got really lucky with Tunis and Morocco and even Algeria. So I can't really complain here. Plus peace. Yep. That's Prussian Tunis. Perfect. These guys are just busy there. And I can just go and take Constantine without too many worries. Bit of a shame that these guys didn't join in. Well. I think in a way it's also quite important that we are able to make use of our casus belli at the moment where we can't go over the infamy limit. So I'm not wasting any time with doing nothing. And I'm quite happy about that. So even though these are not necessarily the best casus belli that you can have, because we'd rather be constantly attacking, but I can't attack Austria, for example, because we just have too little population. We actually have a very small population comparatively, even to a country like Austria, which has almost double the amount that we do. Now, I don't know how much it is added up with these other countries, but yeah, we're definitely lacking a bit. They are going down, so I probably just have to stay there for a little bit. They would not accept this offer, huh? As long as we get it before the Spanish, that's okay. So once these guys are there, I'm just gonna go and attack, defeat their armies. I'm surprised they didn't allow. They're just here to bring more troops. Sure. I'm actually quite sure these guys will start attacking the British. I would assume so. Or no, they won't. They're just unsieging. Oh no, they are faster than me. That is a problem. But luckily the AI doesn't always move. So that's good. Then go in here. I was lucky enough that the Ottomans didn't actually get allied with Tunis, which is something they can do. And if they do that, we would obviously have a much harder time actually dealing with this. See? British are demanding stuff as well. But in this case, I actually don't want to give it to them because it doesn't benefit me to give the British something here. So I won't. And since I'm the war leader, too bad for them. Well, they could have as easily actually have been the war leader. So this is both 3 for a man of war? Really? No, indeed. But the fact that, yeah, let's create one in Danzig. How are we with naval bases over here? So we need one here, we need one here. Definitely expanding with naval bases is very important. I wonder if I'm fast enough. No. I just need them to keep still, basically. It's okay, let's try another trick. If they're gonna keep moving like that, I still have another trick up my sleeve. Let's go in here and ship ourselves in here. If they're gonna be like that, you know, this also works. So let's see what I need to do besides. One thing I can do here is I could go for Sokoto and go for Hausaland. That's probably a good idea. Oh, I have 0 point. I don't have enough diplomatic points, but in one day that will be rectified. Great. Once again, like I said, I don't want to waste any time with these, so I'm just doing casus bellis wherever I can, even if it's not the most amazing. Although I do think that Sokoto is one of the best places where you can be for colonialism. And since the challenge is to take as much territory as possible, getting a huge part of Africa is going to be part of the goal here. Now I don't have the points to declare war. I'm severely lacking in points. Luxembourg, we're doing okay. Hanover, we're doing okay. Slowly just building this stuff everywhere. And I have 0.4, so at the 1st of December I can use this army to go up and in here. And I believe... No, I need to stay here because the Egyptian fleet is 10 ships and they probably have only warships. So I need to be a bit more careful with them. I need their fleet to be destroyed, actually. Will everybody join except Switzerland? Oh, okay. I want Sinai, because that's, of course, needed for the Suez Canal. Oh, what? Everybody refused. Why did they refuse? It said that they would join. That's so weird. Sometimes this game is a bit confusing in that regard. Would you allow me to give military access? They would not accept that. Okay. Well, I'm gonna send my warships out down here as well, because I'm actually gonna have a bit of trouble getting to Egypt otherwise. I do have to say that it's actually a bit strange, but we're no longer allied with Britain even also now. So I have to say that that kind of sucks, and it will take me at least 2 months before I can actually join up with them potentially again, and I don't know if they will. So I was kind of banking on the idea that they would join me. That's what it said. Oh, okay. Oh, sure. Unfortunately, I can't pass through here because this is the other territory. Ah, well. Yeah, so here we are. The Egyptian fleet, and yeah, that is actually a problem. Let's just see if I can actually just get here. If I can lure out that fleet, and it seems that it's likely I can, then I can actually land troops in Egypt, but I would have to take a look at the Gulf of Almeria to take a very careful look as to whether I might be able to get my troops over there. So what I need to do, yeah, I need to wait until that other fleet is there. They're gonna land troops in there. That's fine. Let's now quickly try to get there while these guys are busy. And they seem to be going for the attack. Now they won't get into an alliance anymore because they're allied with Austria now. Great. That's exactly what I was afraid of. So all the good countries are taken. France with Russia, and Austria, for whatever reason, the UK decided that Austria is a better deal. I have no clue why they would think that. But fine, we'll deal with it. Maybe they thought that we're fighting too many wars? I don't know. Either way, we'll deal with their insolence later. But of course, after building a couple of forts, can I actually build more naval yards? No. No, indeed. Alright, let's just see if I can quickly land there while the Egyptians are busy. I think a 30k stack is probably enough for Sinai, and if I... get a high enough war score, we'll be okay. Okay. And let's also invest 1 into Hanover. So we'll hopefully get 100 there too, and then I'll start working on Bavaria, Württemberg, and Baden. An alliance with Spain. I guess that's the best we can do. I think they're better than the Ottoman Empire, although I'm not particularly happy about it. They certainly wouldn't help me too much with France. Well, they would help a bit. I do think Spain is also... Would they actually help me? They will not accept... Why does nobody want to help me with Egypt? The moment that I try to attack Egypt, everybody just runs away. Yeah. Right, so at this point I can't really go for more casus belli. Because the infamy limit would be in the way, and I can't actually go over the infamy limit at this point in the game. That would be bad. And Gapes, let's see, 10th. How quickly would you get there? The 11th. That is problematic. Guess I'll have to try to escape with Lucas. I mean, these are still 3 ships only, so I might not lose all that much. But I'll try to get away. They had no commander. But they did have a good die roll, so we'll see. I mean, the amount of ships doesn't really count. Sure, Sweden. If only anybody would help me. They won't. Never mind. Okay. I'll have to solve this problem by myself. No, I want you to head to Gapes. And I have no troops here, so there we are. How are you doing? Attack +1. Well, that's better than the alternative, and they're probably relatively weak. So if I... Oh no. I really dislike it when the AI does that. Oof, okay, great. Yeah. We know that 1840 I want to go for idealism, so I'll just wait with research and save them up until we can go for that. That's probably the best right now. Yes, yes. They will actually help. Thank you. Well, was Egypt too powerful for you guys or something? Why would they suddenly join? But they won't. Okay, well, that's fine. As long as these guys are willing to join me. Not that it's needed anymore, but they cost me my alliance with Britain. Treasury minus 5k, but I really don't want to have diminished population growth. That's generally really bad. Right, we've been doing quite well, and I think that with Egypt, yeah, I could add a war goal, sure. That would cost me quite a lot of infamy. Let's actually think though, because I can attack Sokoto. And I can start influencing Holstein. At 1842, and that's the last piece of the puzzle that I need. For the North German Federation. So afterwards I still need to get Bavaria, get Württemberg and Baden, and make sure that they're out of their sphere of influence. When will France potentially try to attack me? Also in 42, so that's also 3 years. I might have become the North German Federation by then, by the time they attack. So if I get to 22 infamy, the war that I need to do against Austria at that point would be humiliate, which is 3, and then I need to put them into my sphere of influence, and I think like if I let's see, any country like the Netherlands, if I want to add them to my sphere, that would be 4 infamy. So I will get 7 infamy from Austria. So from 25 that will go to 18 when I form Germany. So I need to be at 18 in 3 years. 22, drop it. I think I can add 1 more war goal, and the question is, do I want to do that at Egypt, or would I want to say, for example, demand a concession from Ethiopia, which is probably better because there's a chance that we'll get a lot less infamy. So let's do that. That's probably for the better, and I will take either Amphara or Moria, and then I can technically also take the other part of either Amhara or Oromia. It's Oromia, okay. The other part. So I'm probably better off doing it like that. When do I have to declare war on Sokoto? By 21st of March. That's, yeah, looking fine. So I can still do 1 more declaration for now. Alright, that's good. Seems like we're starting the colonial process quite nicely. I'm going to end the video here though. So I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. See you then. Bye-bye.